I had so much stigma around what, one, an alcoholic was,
Sure.
and two, Alcoholics Anonymous, even though I had one encounter when I was married. My husband kind of demanded that I go to a meeting, and I sat on the outside and didn't even go in, and was like, this is crazy. So thankfully, I had no more ideas. And she said, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting.
Welcome back to the Hopeaholics Podcast. I'm your girl, Natalie Eva Marie.
And I'm Chad Carlson, and you're listening to the #1 addiction and mental health podcast.
And you guys, if you or a loved one is struggling, make sure you head to askevamarie.com or chaddick.com and chat with one of our AI companions 24/7.
Or text the number right here on the screen.
Together, we are breaking the stigma around addiction and mental health.
And fighting the fentanyl epidemic.
Now, let's get into the episode.
Kat.
Ayo. Wait, where do I look? You're looking here.
He likes to just look at himself.
I know.
I was looking at the
so
timer.
Crazy. I wish that I got his seat because I can't see myself.
Right.
I mean, I could, but then the guests would know that I'm not looking at them at all and just like looking at myself.
I want to say that I have the best seat
Shocker.
because
It's always about you.
Because
You get to
You
start.
started the
I am the
podcast,
founder
baby.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
So let's start this over again.
No.
Kat, welcome to the Hopeaholics Podcast.
Thank you.
I do want to you guys were just right now talking about you writing a book, and so you're writing a book. I'm in the midst of writing a
He's
book
like writing it. It's actually really, really good.
as well.
Shocking.
Are you physically writing?
No, I'm
Is
not.
that a thing? Do people
Like,
physically write?
I think
Some
they
people
do.
They physically write. Some people type in
Yeah.
front of a typewriter.
Yeah. A typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
How old are you?
I'm 51.
What is this?
I'm actually 51, so fucking typewriters are real.
Did you used to type on a
Yeah.
typewriter? Oh my gosh.
I remember
Natalie.
typewriter.
I remember typewriters too. And you would have to.
And then you.
She
and then
doesn't
if you
know.
Messed up.
Oh,
You're
you're
fucked.
so fucked.
Well, it was cool when they came out with those typewriters that had the whiteout. It would actually, you could delete what you messed up on.
Mm-hmm.
But those weren't around in the very beginning when I took typing at school. I want to tell you. Well, I want to tell you how I'm writing my book really quick.
Okay.
Of course, because it's always about you.
Because I heard about how you're writing your book, and I sit at home when I'm just feeling it, and I have a whole project inside of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And I write each chapter at a time.
Okay.
And I sit there and I just talk to my phone and I tell my story
Yeah.
to it. And then ChatGPT helps me put it into a story.
Yeah.
And it's fucking been incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if other people should do it that way. Your way is probably more norm.
Yeah. Well, I want it to be my words. Trust me, ChatGPT would be so much easier than all this. But I also want it to be, like that's why I also didn't use a ghostwriter. But I think both ways are amazing. ChatGPT is God, almost
Like below God.
like below Jesus.
Yeah, below Jesus,
Yeah.
though. Oh, and that's another thing I really like about you. You're very much into Jesus.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm getting more outspoken about my faith. I joined a group of women who have like really helped me that are also entrepreneurs and, very high performers. And they've showed me how to incorporate faith into not just every day, but like their corporations. And it's like unapologetic,
Totally.
right? It's like, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Do you go to church?
I study the Word.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily go to
Oh my
church.
gosh, I brought a Bible for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Wait, I brought you. Okay, I did bring you a Bible.
Okay.
Do you need a Bible?
No, I have a Bible.
It's a Bible that it's a daily Bible, and so you because last time I was here with Frank, remember?
Yeah.
And God, he's so great. And it's a Bible that you read. It's devotional. So
Yeah.
you open it up and every single day you know what to read. Old Testament, New Testament, Psalm and Proverb. Because sometimes like if I'm left to my own devices,
Sure.
I'm like, I don't know, Jesus
Sure.
calling, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this has really helped me be in the word every single day.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like there's been some stuff this week that's like, okay, Lord, like I heard you. Like this is
Sure.
directly for me. And after 1 year, if you read it every day, you have read through the whole Bible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
I brought you one.
Oh my God, I'm
Oh,
excited.
wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
I know.
Yeah. I dove into the New Testament. My religion that I grew up in had a lot of studying of the Old Testament, and not that we didn't study the New Testament too. It's just that I know so much about the Old Testament that I really wanted to sit and like I'm literally
Are you
like
Jewish?
no, Seventh-day Adventist, but
No way.
yeah,
Are you still?
no,
Oh, that's so interesting.
yeah.
Do you know that they live longer than most of us?
Yeah, we're the
Because-
I went to Loma Linda Academy where the only blue zone is in America.
Stop. I was just talking about this last night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, do you practice the Sabbath still on?
I mean I don't know.
Okay.
But
But you grew up.
yeah, the seventh day was Saturday. It was our Sabbath day.
Okay.
So
And would you like go so far as like not to even press like a button on an elevator? Like, would it be like that?
I mean, we wouldn't, but like if the people's meals were supposed to, even our meals were supposed to be prepared
Yeah.
on Friday for
Yeah.
Saturday. So yeah,
Wow.
couldn't
Are your
watch
parent-
TV.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. This
Good.
I've never met.
An SDAer.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty gnarly conservative.
Do your parents still practice or
No.
okay?
No, traditional Christian now. I mean, my mom still like loves a lot of the stuff from
Yeah.
the church.
Yeah.
But, and what was great about it for us is we had a pastor who really believed in grace. And so he ended up getting kicked out of the church because he taught so much grace.
Sure.
And
Shocker.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
bro,
oh, that's sad.
it is
That's the
sad.
problem with like church and religions.
And I grew up thinking, and that's why I had a twisted thing with God when I got sober because of the Seventh-day Adventist religion. I thought there's no way I'm going to hell.
Right.
You know, it was that kind of God.
Yeah.
And through all of this, though, you know, like I found my understanding of the same God that I always knew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that.
yeah,
Excuse me.
you want to run our podcast?
Mhm.
No, I don't want to run you. This is too much. I love these action figures. Except they don't really like you're way hotter than that in real life.
Then this one?
Yeah, that one and then these are like I mean, you are a superstar, but do you miss that life?
Bits and pieces. I mean, bits and pieces, just because there's nothing, since obviously like, you know, we're gonna get into your story and addiction and alcoholism. There's no better rush than walking out to a 110,000 crowd of like people either cheering or booing you out of the stadium. Nothing better, nothing like it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna chase that for a long time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do. But so in that regard, sure. But the 290 days of travel, nah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely being on the road. It's lonely life.
Yeah.
And when you're just beginning, it is not first class. It's not
Right.
classy
You're
at all.
Not at all. It's people have
Red
a
tile in. You won't even
Oh,
red
red
roof.
roof.
I mean,
yeah, red roof inns and stuff. Like you're definitely not what you would think like MLB or
Sure.
NBA where they're flying chartered,
Yeah.
private, and,
Yeah.
getting put up and stuff like that. That's definitely not.
how did some of the top dogs get to their events though?
The 1% is that they fly their own little private planes and stuff, and they have like their buses, but that's very few.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's very small.
Yeah.
The other, like, I guess you could say top 5%, they're flying first class, but they'll might have like a bus, you know.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody else is doing the deal, trying to be the 5%.
Right. Right.
But it gave me a gift, and that gift is what I'm doing today.
Totally.
You know, a platform that is able to spread the good news, not only about Jesus, but about sobriety.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be here today without it.
Yep. I love that so much.
So, but let's get into your story.
Cool.
Your siblings, are you from out here?
I am from Colorado. Actually, I grew up in Denver.
Skier?
I was never, it never like came, I didn't love it. I don't love cold weather.
Okay.
So, and then in like middle school and high school, I started doing competitive cheer and gymnastics.
Okay.
And so we had to sign a contract. We were like,
oh yeah, so you can't hurt yourself.
Yeah. So it gave me an out to really not have to go on ski trips with my family.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that because I just remember going, my parents would drop me off at like ski camps when I was like little, and I bawled the entire time. I hated being cold. Still to this day, I will only do spring skiing.
Sure.
And like, I don't really like being cold.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I moved to the beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have one brother, 4 years older, super normal. You know, he does not have the, you know, ism.
Yeah.
And like I have like a sense of guilt of talking about my childhood this way because my family did nothing wrong. Like my parents still together. I never wanted for anything. Both of them worked very hard so that I would have like an incredible childhood. And, you know, I still felt super lonely. I still felt really sad. Some of my earliest memories were just feeling like not okay in my own skin. And I always thought there was something wrong with me. I never really could figure out why I never fit in with like my friends. And I just had this weird, like, I was like, I'm an alien. Like, I have to be. Like, I just don't belong here, you know? And that's why I found a lot of like solace, like hanging out with animals. I was with animals all the time. My parents got a house in a new development, so there weren't like a lot of houses around us. And I was just outside in the field, like collecting snakes, digging holes, you know, doing all the things. I didn't wear shoes till I was like 7. I was like, you know, my brother and I would like build forts, and I just like spent a lot of time alone. And, you know, today I know that to be like restless irritability and discontentment, which is like my preset, right? Like, not that my parents did anything wrong or that I grew up in addiction or alcoholism or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I really do believe there are some of us that this is passed on generationally.
Totally.
And I'm one of them.
I do too.
Yeah. The other thing too is like, I had this, I felt everything. I'm like my dad would always be like, why are you so sensitive? And it was like, I had the, like everything. I was just like this freaking raw nerve. I came out of my mom's womb, and, you know, both of my parents came from military background, like homes.
Okay.
So they grew up in homes where, you know, you don't really talk about feelings.
Totally.
I mean, I think that's just our parents'
I think
generation.
it's yeah. I do.
Like you don't talk about feelings. And you know, the people after us, I feel like, are taking it way too far, but that's another topic.
We could do a podcast on that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
The pendulum is swung completely.
Right,
totally.
Emily?
I agree.
Totally. Yeah. So, you know, like I just remember, you know, my parents like didn't know what to do with me. Like everything was like, I was just so dramatic and like tears. And then I started to go into puberty, and like I was just nuts. They took me to a psychiatrist when I was 13, and their best idea was to put me on birth control to like try to even out my hormones, which actually did help quite a bit. But then, you know, I found alcohol at my friend's house. There was always like alcohol at my parents' house, but nothing like, you know, like my parents would have parties, but it was only when I was presented with an opportunity where my best friend's parents went out of town for the weekend. Her brother was having a keg party, and we all like, you know, schemed and plotted so that we could be there.
Yep.
And he agreed to like let us crash the party, but he was like, you guys need to stay up in her, like in Carly's room. Like, I'm not doing this. And he was like bringing us up red Solo cups. And I just remember like the anticipation. And then finally, like, there was like maybe 3 other girls there or 4 other girls there. And I was not drinking like my fellows. Night 1, you know, I'm like, get it down as quick as I can, you know. And then when it started to hit, it was like, game over, you know, like I started all of the feelings of, you know, being irritable and discontent, not feeling okay in my own skin. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody just put an oxygen mask over me. Like, I can breathe now. My black and white, like sad little world is now full of color, and I'm funny, and I'm, you know, like, so like we went and talked to upperclassmen. I ended up kissing her older brother that night. And it was like, and he was like my childhood crush. Right. Yeah. So it was like, okay, not only did I just have the best night of my life, but I also, like, my ultimate fantasy as a little girl of kissing her brother came true, right? So now I've coupled these 2 things, and the next morning the girls come too, and they're so mortified. They're like, what if people find out, you know, this is crazy, and they feel sick, and they're like, I'm never doing that again. I truly believe some of them never drank again. Like, it wasn't, and I was still looking for alcohol in the house. I was like, what do you mean? What time do your parents get home? Like, how much, like, this is my new go-to. I could have used a drink 10 years ago. And that was really how my drinking and using went for a good, you know, 20 years after that, almost. I did have bouts of sobriety, but really, you know, was chasing that initial, like, I don't know. Do you guys remember like the first time you felt is it right. Like, it was the best.
Mine was meth. I mean, when it was, I had done, you know, I had drank and all of this, and those were all great. But the first time I did meth. Yeah. And it was like, I was like, I have arrived. Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying. Yeah. And it's such a lie. Yeah. That the alcohol that it tells you, right? I mean, like,
but it isn't. It's not though. Right. Because like, I remember it with cocaine. Cocaine was like my shit. As soon as I'll never forget. I know exactly. I don't remember shit from like yesterday or certain things, but this specific moment in time, it was like frozen in my brain because I remember it. And it was cocaine, and it was like the first time that I did it, and I literally felt like this euphoric feeling of like, oh, this is what life is supposed to be like.
Yeah, literally. Exactly what I felt with meth. Yeah, and I could talk to people,
and I felt good.
Yeah, and I felt good. Okay, in your own I thought I was attractive because all of it. I always thought like my sisters. I don't know. I just always felt like the ugly duckling. Okay, and
you're not ugly.
Oh, thank you. Chad. Thanks. I still sometimes do feel like that. Saying, yeah, we carry that shit with us
for sure.
But when I did that, it was like that. Like I could have kissed the girl.
Yeah. You have just this like crazy amount of just confidence, but
it was just me and my bros, also so we didn't kiss anybody. But but I was like,
I always know when a client is coming in off meth because they have the wild, like when we take out their stuff, they have like, you know, tripods and
like
lube.
Like, why are you bringing this to rehab? Yeah. I mean, we had 7 dildos come in one bag.
For sure.
One bag. Yeah. Like what?
All and different. Like, not only that, but like you're going to rehab, so like, I don't know, man. Like.
I mean, where are you going to use? Where are you going to use the vibrator?
To the person, or
no, we threw them out. We throw them out. Like, you're going to bring in your fucking dildos or your vibrators in.
I mean, some people, they're just, you know, they go from hotel to rehab.
Right? True.
Yeah, it is
true.
It's not for like sure. They packed for rehab.
Yeah, they were already packed for the hotel.
Yeah. No, that's life they were living. Credit though, because some pack for rehab, and I'm like, come on, dog. Like, you know where you're going.
I mean, we could do a whole podcast on the funny ass shit that happens at the first 2 weeks of rehab.
Oh my gosh.
And she's learning it because it's been one of the greatest things for me to watch because like it's been honestly, I've owned a treatment center for almost 23 years. Yeah. So I have to go way back in my memory banks to have a good time. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But like,
He's having.
I'm
now.
having an amazing time watching her watch all the fucked up shit that happens.
It is like people don't. We are like almost like rehab owners and people like we're trauma bonded. Like we can talk about things that have happened, and you're like you can't unsee that.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Her whole entire van's pulled over because somebody stole fucking something from Walmart in San Clemente.
As if you don't look like suspicious walking in, you know, 9 deep.
Right.
Not looking the best because you're just got into treatment. So you don't think all eyes are on you in the first place. So your first bright idea is like, oh, I'm going to jack some stuff. Because they're not going to even like think.
They're not watching us on the camera.
They're immediately like, oh,
right.
all eyes on this crew.
Before I opened a rehab, I went and worked in one, Sober Tech, right?
Yeah.
And because I didn't go to rehab. So I was like, dude, I knew that I loved working with addicts. I knew that like this was my like calling. I just felt, but before I went and, went balls deep and opened my own place, I was like, I should probably go like check one out. Right. And so it was a great experience. I loved it. But I remember these girls got in a fight in the back of the van while I was driving. And I was like trying to like grab the back of them, and I like had to just straight up pull over in this neighborhood, open the doors. I mean, it was like other staff had to come. It was so bad.
That's a Tuesday.
Right.
Right. Because I just like watch, because I can't really do too much, but I pay attention to like our threads and our emails and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, leaving a meeting, so-and-so we had to put in the far back of the seat because they wanted to like throw blows with so-and-so that's sitting in the front. And I'm like,
right.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's good times. So, I mean, it's like for us,
him,
like for everybody, it's like, it's like, this is our daily life.
Yeah.
There's something, especially at Hope by the Sea, because like it is big.
Yeah.
And like there is drama probably going on
Right now.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone's stealing a trash can.
Right.
Oh, last night, somebody stole the fucking trash can from CR, or our main trash can that we pull out to the curb that gets picked up.
Okay.
Like, why?
They stole that, a box fan, and a lamp on their way out.
I'm thinking the trash can though.
Maybe there's their home.
In.
Yeah. Or
they got a wheel.
They rolled it down the street.
That is their new suitcase.
Yep.
And maybe a home. It like doubles as.
Sure, it can. You can crawl up in that bitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
with
those things
blanket.
are stinky as a motherfucker.
And who knows what is getting tossed in
right.
too.
Especially, yes.
Keep coming back.
We like this though. Like, okay, you either like this line of work or you hate it, right? And
there's no in
I love it.
No. I love it. And I think we love drama. I think we love chaos. That's like our
I love
old,
watching
sure.
it.
Yeah, that's our old.
My favorite types of television show, drama.
Yeah.
I love watching.
Why? Just pull up your live cam.
Yeah.
You could see.
Oh my God. I used to be glued. I used to be watching it in here and he would be like, dude, stop.
Just go down.
Like, let it go. Let it go. Like, they're going to be just fine.
2 weeks ago, somebody stole the van.
Oh, yeah. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Homeboy's local, too. Where are you going, dog? You're not going to get far.
No. Did you get it back?
Yeah, we got it back. He's in jail.
Oh, my gosh. Did you have to fire staff for that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't get in.
I don't get down.
Stuff.
I don't get.
But that's where my brain goes because then I'm like,
how did that
why?
happen?
Because how did that happen?
And where were you?
Like your keys should always be
on
your
you.
pocket, on you.
Yeah.
But it's like you get comfortable.
Yes.
When you're a tech, you're there and you don't know, and you set your keys down for with your cell phone down for 2 seconds, and
for sure.
One of the like best pieces of advice that I had to learn the really hard way was like, remember that like the other staff is your friends. They are not your friends, like the clients, because you start to like hang out with them. Like you have to remember like there is a boundary because you just become such like, and they are always trying to like scheme.
Oh my God. And manipulate.
Yes.
And
They're at day zero. Like they're not trying to be your friend. They don't think that you're that cool. They're just sucking up because they want something or they're about to steal something from you.
And usually it's their phone.
Right. Or like
things.
We still keep in touch with a lot of, like we do alumni events and all that stuff. And I don't know if I love or hate this, but they're like, oh, like, me and so hooked up in the backyard. There's a your cameras have like a blank spot.
No, totally.
And I'm just like, all right, I'm like calling. I'm like, we're putting a camera right there. That's usually how you learn is from the clients. Like they're the ones that teach you where you have some blind spots in your business.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
The bathroom here in this building.
Yeah.
I'm sure clients are going to listen to this, but don't go in the bath. That's gross. Like, I mean, to me, it's gross. Like, are you that desperate that you need to
yes,
just
they
like
are. Somebody wants to get their dick sucked and somebody wants to like feel love. That's the thing. It blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But
masturbation, guys.
No, okay.
And also too.
Not that either.
I mean, I guess if you're going to do something, but we've had,
It's one of those things where it's like I get it, but then at the same time I always am like super like I really do believe when you come here, like, do not get in a relationship, especially when your brand spanking new. Why? Because we are emotional sensitive creatures. So the moment that it goes south, which it will 99% of the time, yes, of course you hear those 1% stories that like meet in treatment and they possibly are together and they make it whatever, and that's what people want to hold on to. But the vast majority is the same story. Is like, I went out because so-and-so, or it didn't work out, or they leave treatment together because they think that's the way to go.
Right.
And then they wind up, 6 weeks later back in treatment. Because why? We don't know how to deal with ourselves and our emotions because we don't know who we are.
Right.
Until we come through and actually give it a good fucking go.
Yeah.
But people don't want to do it. Why?
Right.
Because we want to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to try to, I think women especially, want to try to fix somebody, like fix the man or fix something, like a little project, when it's like, no, bitch, fix yourself.
Right.
Stop. Like, it's crazy because
so
like what are you going to pour into somebody when you're half broke?
I hope clients listen to this part because it is important, man. Like, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break.
I had to learn the hard way.
I did too.
Yeah.
So
like, I mean, it's like people are like, what, also like sometimes I go speak at schools and I'm like, there's not really anything somebody could have said to me that I would have because I was just set to do my own thing.
100%.
But, there are the few that will listen and, who are not as stubborn as I am. And I got in a relationship really early in sobriety and he relapsed, and I am lucky that I didn't. But like, it was the first time that I had ever been on the other side of, like we met in a meeting, and then I was not working a program. Am I going out of order?
No. Okay. There is no order.
Okay, cool. We met in a
Wait, how recent is this? Hold on.
This is
wait. Because because you were raised what religion?
No religion.
Okay. Because you got married.
I do remember. I did get married, yeah. I got married when I was 18. Well, no. I got let's go there first, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna come back to the meeting part because you already had sobriety. Yeah. So that was something that, I was a wild child through high school, like kind of living this double life of, super athlete, also like loved academics. I was like in advanced placement classes, and then I did like Future Business Leaders of America. But then I had this like other like bad side of me, right? And so it allowed me to really have lots of groups of friends, so that one, they didn't have to really get to know me, and then I could just be a chameleon, right? Yep. I could just, I loved the gym, so I could be a gym rat. I could also, like smoke weed under the bleachers, like do all the things and like not really belong to one clique. Which seemed to feel really natural to me because I never really felt like I belonged anyways, right? And so it was my way of like surviving, rationalizing, and all that good stuff. And then I was actually 18 at the time, and I was, about to go to college. Things were getting progressively worse with my drinking. Only my parents really knew. Like, I would come home just plastered, and they didn't know what to do with me. Sure. There's not a lot that you can do to an 18-year-old. And my mom just kept saying, like, what are you going to do? What do you think's going to happen when you leave here and you go to college? You think that you're going to be safe, or that you're even going to get into college with this type of. And so I knew that something had to change. I met an amazing dude at the restaurant I worked for. And, you know, I had a huge crush on him. He was like so good looking and really amazing. And didn't want anything to do with me. And I was like, that's really strange. You know, that also doesn't work for me, right?
I like you more now.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. So the chase is on.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Checkmate. So, you know, I pursue him and he is not even batting an eye at me. And I finally am just like, what is the deal? Like, are you gay? Like, what is their problem? And he's like, no, like, you're not a Christian. I'm not interested. All of these like things that you're talking about, like, it's kind of disgusting. And I was like, oh my goodness, nobody had ever talked to me like that before.
This episode is brought to you by Wolfpack Bags. This gear is meant for anybody gym, lifestyle, to anybody that's on the move. I mean, I like to say that us here and everybody that tunes in, we're not average. We're always a wolf. They have all the goods that you need, especially for anybody that is looking for a bag to carry their meal prep, a lunch pail, anything like that. They have you covered. So once again, go to wolfpack.com, use the code Hopeaholics, save 10%, and join the pack.
And so then that night, or maybe it was shortly after, I really kind of asked him what that meant. And he shared the gospel of Jesus with me and just said, hey, like, you know, all the things that you're striving for, Jesus died for you and he loves you just the way that you are. And like, you're trying to fill this God-shaped hole with all of these things that he already has for you. And you just have to stop that life and follow him. And I promise you're going to like feel better. And it was like the first time I'd ever really heard that. And so I really had a like big transformation. I got baptized. I started attending his church. He and I started dating, and then he proposed like a year later. We got married a year after that. And so at my wedding, I hadn't drank. There was alcohol there, but I was 20. I didn't even drink. And then went through college and was like really, you know, kind of stay the course. But talk about a fish out of water. Again, I'm a Christian woman going to the University of Colorado. And I see all my old high school friends partying their asses off, right? And I'm like, no, this is, you know, I'm different. And there was still like this voice in the back, like, no, you're not. This isn't even real. And so I graduated and I got a really great job because I worked super hard in college and was very dedicated to my husband and, you know, our church. And I thought that alcoholism, like all my bad habits had gone away because I had Jesus, right? And so I didn't really even, you know, sometimes I would have like one glass of wine when we went out and it hijacked my brain. And I was like, this is so annoying. Like I would just look at everyone else's glasses and immediately couldn't focus on whatever the conversation was, right? I was so incredibly distracted, and I got to the point where it would frustrate me so much that I was like, why am I even doing this? Like, so I stopped drinking. And, you know, it was a few years since I had really drank, and then I graduated, and one of the very first jobs I got, like within the first or second weekend, I was sent to a sales conference, like a sales training conference. And in corporate America, you go to sales conferences and it's like spring break for adults, right? It is like, how much debauchery can I withstand in the next 2 to 3 days? And, you know, without crossing any major lines, or maybe there are. And it was madness. And I just remember the first night I drank, I was like, well, I can't really have a problem because I've taken like 2 years off. Yeah. Right. And then I was like, I was taking shots with my new colleagues and I was like fitting in, and I felt like, oh my gosh, this is fun. There was really no like major harm done. Like I woke up the next day, you know, they thought I was the life of the party, and it was like, cool. You know, my husband didn't really need to know about that because whatever. And then it just I didn't realize it, but I have now lit the allergy on fire. And so it got progressively worse and worse and worse. And, you know, I got into so many like compromising situations. And, you know, he just like at some point I had to like tell him like, I think I need to quit. And he's like, you just need to stop drinking. I was like, not an option. Right. And so we moved. I quit my job and I moved, and like, you know, this went on for, you know, like a really long time where we would just try to like move locations, or I would move jobs or try to change everything on the outside. And it was just a matter of time before I picked up again, because I didn't know, you know, this progressive fatal disease wants me dead, but it will settle for me drunk. And that I can either, you know, treat it with spiritual principles, or I'm going to treat it with alcohol and drugs. Like there's no middle of the road for me.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought spiritual principles, you know, I thought like, oh, I'm going to go to church and I'll figure this out. Like I believe that God gave me a second set of instructions. The first set is the Bible. The second set is Alcoholics Anonymous, specifically for me. Right. So, he gave me a divorce after me just dragging him through the mud. And I burnt our whole marriage down, and he didn't deserve it. You know, the last straw is I ran off to Mexico with a dude. He picked me up from the airport. I was like, what is the deal? And I'm like, just please let me go. Like, let me just do whatever it is that I need to do. And he's like, I mean, I have no other choice. Like, and I didn't. I made it very easy for him to be like, okay, this woman clearly doesn't want to be married to me. And so those were like my guardrails, right?
Yeah.
Like, and once he gave me a divorce, it was on. So, you know, the next 6 years was me really rebelling and like, okay, God, like you weren't in the light where I thought I would find you. So maybe I'll find you in the darkness. Like, come find me, you know, like if you really are this like, you know, father that loves his daughter so much, come get me. And
can I
Sure.
say something real
Yeah.
quick? I want to go back because
How long were you married? I want to know that before you.
me,
Yeah.
4 years.
Okay.
you I saw the pain in your eyes
Yeah.
from not because of what you did to yourself, but what you did to your husband,
Yeah.
your ex-husband.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just kind of point that out and take a moment because you stopped to finish telling your story.
Yeah.
But there's pain in there.
Yeah.
And that's for me one of the most beautiful things that all of us and the people out there that listen to us, we can connect on that pain, because that's what number one keeps us drinking and using, or number two, when that pain becomes enough, that's when we ask for help.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to
And he was a good dude.
Yeah, he was great. Like he didn't deserve any of it. And because of the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, I have been able to go back and make an amends to him. And that was, he is remarried and he has a kid. But, you know, that was like a really healing process, I think, for both of us, gave us closure. And I was scared to death to face him again because I ran. Like I did what good alcoholics did. When he said, yeah, you can have a divorce, I was like, great. I left him with 2 mortgages. You know, I wouldn't answer his calls. Like he would like drop off mail. I couldn't even see him. The pain was so bad. And then I ended up moving back down to the city. We lived in the mountains at that time. And then I ended up moving to Atlanta for a year. And, you know, I really do believe the guilt and shame of my actions kept me in bondage for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, one of the most powerful things that my sponsor said to me when it was time to make my amends to him, and I was absolutely terrified, was, you know, what doesn't get repaired gets repeated. And if you don't do this, you're going to treat a man how you treated that man. And do you ever want to put a man through that again? And I said, no, never. Like I won't survive. And she said, okay, so this is what we do. And, you know, I flew to Colorado. I drove 2 hours. He still lived in that mountain town that I left him at. we sat outside a coffee shop, and I just met him face to face, and I just told him how sorry I was and that I never meant to hurt him. And, I said I was irresponsible and inconsiderate, and the pain that I caused him, I regretted so much. And if there was anything I could do, I was there to make it right. I never blamed it on the alcohol. I never blamed it on the drugs. I just, this is my character defects. I was a shitty person.
You're sick.
Yeah, totally. And, he did have a lot to say, right? He was really sad, and I left him, with a lot of wreckage, and he had the opportunity to say what he said. And, he always had like integrity and respect, because that's the type of man that he is. But he said, my wife and I have been praying for your sobriety, and I'm just so happy that you're sober. I was like, wow.
She almost made me cry. That's powerful
I
shit
know,
right there.
I know. And I don't think that God wanted a divorce. I don't think God wanted me to go through this, but I do believe that all of the stuff that we go through isn't even really for us. It's for somebody else, right? My hope is that I share that story, and that's why I recover out loud, so that someone will, sack up and go make that amends that they have been putting off and get free, because that's what this is about. It's about freedom. And I didn't even realize how much, space my marriage was renting in my head. Like I stopped dreaming about him. Not in a romantic sense. It's just this guilt and this shame. And, we're such sensitive humans that like when we hurt somebody, it hurts us so much.
Totally.
Yeah.
So the fact that, that's why the steps are so magical, is because it really does. This is not about abstinence. It's about freedom. It's about cleaning up your past. And now I can literally go anywhere a free man goes. I don't have to hide my face. I've had to make some really hard amends and do things that I did not want to do. And thankfully, I've had an amazing sponsor that has walked me through all of it, who has just said, it's okay. I'm right here with you. Like, this is nothing different. Like, you're doing all of the things that I did, that my sponsor did, that the girls behind you are going to do. Like, you're not unique. Like, just like, go do it. Right. You do it. And then it's like, oh, okay, what's next? So, thankfully, I found the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous when I was 31. I moved to California to be close to my brother. So from Atlanta, I was there a year, and things were messy, and I, just got worse. And I have this, delusion that moving again is going to fix me. And so my brother and his wife had their wedding at San Clemente State Beach. And I could, at that point, kind of work from anywhere. So I was like, oh my gosh, I should move there. And like, that will get me sober. I'm going to be like fun auntie at the, at the beach with my niece and nephew, having like, pancakes on Saturday morning and like all this stuff. And I move here, and I literally wrote myself a letter on the way here on the plane. That, it's going to be different. This is a fresh start, new leaf, new apartment, new zip code. I think I even changed my phone number and just like started all over. And I made it one night. And, then these guys walk by with red Solo cups, and they invite me to a barbecue up the street. And that night I'm at the local bars, and, I find the local drug dealer at the bar. Wasn't doing anything crazy, but he gave me, we started, just weed and prescription stuff, whatever. And then we start dating, because I love to date drug dealers. And then, I'm off and popping. And now my brother and his wife get a front row seat. And they're like, this isn't really what we anticipated. And, September 2015, so almost a full year later, my brother is like, yo, sis, we got to, like, I was sloppy. He saw me around the kids. He's like, you need to, I don't know what's going on with you. But this is the first time that I've ever had any family, because before I was, arm's length from everybody, and I do a really good job managing well, right, with having a career, never thankfully getting arrested or having like any legal issues, but I'm really good at making the outside look good and, doing the high functioning type of stuff, right? Never lost a job. Always, able to perform relatively okay at work. And then, people don't know that I'm like dying inside. So, it was a tremendous blessing because my brother really kind of pulled the covers and I needed to make a change, but wasn't really ready to do it on my own. And, I met a woman who, she would go to my gym and she just would always like be this light. And she was so happy and full of energy. And she was a believer and she had 4 kids and was adopting 2 more from Africa and just had this incredible like energy and like she was magnetic. And I was drawn to her and I would talk about, I'm so hungover or I've been up for 3 days. Like, good for me for being here. I'd like, talk about all the Adderall and cocaine I was on. And she would just like be like, if ever you want to talk about sobriety. And I was like, okay, weirdo. No, I don't ever want to talk about sobriety. Like I'm killing it. Yeah. I'm living the life of my dreams. I'm on the beach, and like all this stuff I said I was going to show up for anti-life. I didn't, I was too busy. I was immersed in my addiction and just selfishness. And so thankfully that woman broke her anonymity. And she told me like, I have 20 years of sobriety and, if ever you want to talk. And I was like, okay, weirdo. I don't just like go away. But when I was ready, I knew where to go. And, that's why I love what you guys do. I love recovering out loud because on so many occasions have people come to me and said, you are the only person I know sober. Like, thank you for sharing your story because it's given me the courage to share mine. Mm-hmm. And, she told me that there was a solution for my horrible decisions and lifestyle. And, I told her that I didn't want to be here anymore, but I didn't have the balls to kill myself. Mm-hmm. And she said, the 12 steps and Alcoholics Anonymous saved and changed her life. And I was like, is there any other way? Is there, can we, maybe we're overreacting. Okay. Like perhaps, can we maybe look at, is there like a retreat or a doctor or like a pill? I would even go to an insane asylum for an entire year, like a padded room somewhere. Like I don't belong there. Like those, I have a degree, I have a car that I paid for, I have insurance. I had so much stigma around what one, an alcoholic was, and 2, Alcoholics Anonymous. Even though I had one encounter when I was married, my husband kind of demanded that I go to a meeting, and I sat on the outside and didn't even go in, and was like, "This is crazy." So, thankfully, I had no more ideas, and she said, "If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting." And I was like, man, that's very, because what I was getting was every single day waking up being like, okay, today's going to be different. Right. And then, dumping my pills or throwing the weed out or, like dumping the bottles. Today's going to be different. And then I'm either, buying more, or I just like feel like I have enough willpower. I can like leave it in the freezer. And then at 10 a.m. I'm like, what's 1 or 2 like swigs, or I'm like shaking. And I'm having like a little bit of a withdrawal, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess since I already broke, that resolve that I had this morning, I might as well, just like the book says, right? Might as well get good and drunk. And that was what I was getting on my own, was like, I could maybe stop, but I could never stay stopped. And thank goodness, I had done so much research because I was really willing to go to any lengths. And going into an AA meeting really was the very last, it was the last resort for me. And thankfully, that's where I heard my story. I came into the rooms and, God is so good. Like I got an apartment in the Pier Bowl, and there's like the San Clemente Friendship Center is like 4 miles from me. And it's like meetings all day, every day. Right. It was like, what? And so I went to the 6:30 a.m. meeting and, bawled my eyes out. And I don't even think I identified as an alcoholic, but I started to feel a part of, I started to feel welcome there. They were like, I told them like, my very first share was just sobbing. Right. And, they were like, yay, keep coming back, and it was like, what? And then they like remembered my name the next morning and they're like, we're so glad you're here. It's today, day 2. And I was like, how did you remember? Like, why are you guys being so nice to me? Nobody wanted me around at that point. So, and I saw the steps on the wall and I really like saw the God stuff everywhere. And I was reluctant. I was like, I've tried that. Like I've gone so far to marry a preacher's son and, get baptized and what the heck? Like I've seen people get radically healed. Like, they weren't able to walk and now all of a sudden they're, running out of the church pews and like did maybe God forgot about me? Like, I don't understand, and I was very reluctant to do the steps. And so the woman who introduced me to the program wasn't very active in AA. And she just kept saying, hey, like, I really think you need to get a sponsor, somebody that goes to more meetings than I do, somebody that can take on a sponsee and, just keep looking. And I was like, yeah, of course. But, I really thought like, this isn't permanent for me. Like, I'm here to like chill out. Right. And then I would get like a week of sobriety and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like that's what happens. And I think is like a common experience is we start to feel better naturally because we've taken the substances out. And then you wait long enough. And if I'm not working the steps or picking up spiritual tools, that means I'm using my same broken ass thinking that got me in there. Right. And so, I was still going to that morning meeting, really just getting sober and like recovery by osmosis. I was really not willing to work the steps, not really willing to find a sponsor. I thought like, not that I was above it. I was just like, well, look, I'm doing pretty good. I have like 30 days and I don't have a sponsor. So maybe like I kind of outsmarted this. Like you guys need the steps and sponsored, but I don't. And then this super cute guy walked in to the rooms and he was fresh out of rehab and I didn't even know what that meant because I didn't go to rehab. And he and I made eye contact and I was like, oh my gosh, like he is so handsome and he was fit and all the things. And he was sober. Right. And then we talked after the meeting and we exchanged numbers and then we texted that whole afternoon. The next day we sat next to each other in our morning meeting. We went to breakfast after that and he put his hand on mine and he's like, you're going to be my wife. And I was like, I know. And he proposed 2
Oh,
weeks.
shit.
Yeah. He proposed 2 weeks later. And then we got married a week after that. I can't.
Oh my God.
So I knew this man for 21 days.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And I'm just batshit crazy. Like this is the type of, like, this is where my thinking gets me. I didn't run it by anybody. I think I'm doing great because I'm sober, right?
This guy yesterday said, if you're getting advice from the last person,
oh yeah,
what did he say?
So good.
It was so good.
So good. If you're getting advice
from the last person you drank with, that's yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's not good.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
That's where you took your advice.
Yeah.
From.
Totally. And I basically, so we were so excited. I thought, this is the promises. Like, you guys need the steps. We don't. We just really rationalized getting married because we were going to have a beach wedding. But then it would just take too long for his parents to fly in, my parents to fly in. And so we would do a reception later, but we ultimately were soulmates. And so the actual the actual marriage was just it was just logistics at this point, right? This is our crazy, And then I went to the grocery store 2 days after. Oh, the best part was the woman that brought me into the program. She kept being like, hey, do you have a sponsor? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, but I do want to come talk to you. And I guess I just walked into her house and I like had my hand in my pocket because I didn't want her to see the ring. And I had told her about this guy and she had told me to slow down. She's like, it sounds so exciting, but slow down. Like, you're not supposed to get in a relationship. And like, have you got a sponsor yet? And I was just like, no.
I got this.
Right.
I got this.
Well, she was like, I was like, remember that guy I was telling you about? She's like, yes. And I was like, and like, he's amazing. And like, he and I are like, I thought we were soulmates. She's like, yeah. I was like, well, he's married to me. She's like, she like grabbed my hand. She's like, what did you do? I was like, what? I got married. And she's like, already? Like, oh, okay. And she was just like, girl. And so long story short, it's only about 2 or 3 weeks later, and he and I are about to fall asleep at like in bed, and he's like, hey, I think I can drink again. And I was like, oh, okay. I can't. I know that I can't. I know like that's all. And he's like, well, cocaine was really my problem. And I was like, okay. So it was like not even after like 48 hours, he doesn't come home for dinner. And he's like, I got in a little fender bender. He called me. He's like, I got in a little fender bender. I stopped to have some beers and I got in a fender bender. And I was like, wait, what? And so then he comes home and I can tell he's like coked out. The next day, he doesn't come home at all. And he ends up just being at his coke dealer's house. And so I'm devastated. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I thought we were going to like do this sober marriage thing. And he was just like, yeah, I think I need to get this out of my system. And I was like, okay, I thought you loved me. Like I just got slapped so hard. And he didn't end up coming home for like several days. And I was thank God I didn't drink, because like that sounded really good, but I did know to go to meetings. And I was just sobbing. And this was, again, the first time I'd ever been on the other side of addiction. I've always been the one that, hey, I'll be done in a little bit. Right. So, I definitely have empathy for people who, get to be on the receiving end of us, because it's awful. And it was felt a little bit like karma. But, some girls in one of the meetings were like, yo, who is your sponsor? Because I was a mess. And I was like, I don't know. Me, I guess.
They're like,
and
that's
they're like,
not
good. Yeah,
I'm
they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
And they're like, take our sponsor's number and call her right now. Like, literally leave the meeting and call her. And so I did. And she ended up, taking my call, and I just told her everything that happened. I was a mess. And I was like, she's like, okay, cool. Well, let's get to work. And I was like, okay, amazing. Let me just go divorce this guy and we'll handle it. And she's like, oh, no. She's like, you're going to sit and we're going to do some inventory on this. Like, you don't just get to be like, I'm married, I'm divorced. I'm married, I'm divorced. Like, she's like, you're acting totally in self-will. It's time to take some direction. And I didn't like that at all. I was like, but don't you know who I am? Right? Like, I have this, queen baby type of attitude where I have this, huge ego, but I'm also like inferiority complex, like, off with your head. Oh my gosh. But he hurt my feelings. And it's like, I don't want to be uncomfortable at any point. So I'm just going to go fix this and divorce him. And she's like, no, you're not. She's like, we're going to do 30 days of no contact with that man. And you're going to sit and we're really going to do a thorough first step, like powerless and unmanageability. And I was like, oh man. And, it was really hard. There was a lot of pain. And, pain can be our greatest motivator, truly. And so I'm grateful for that experience. I did end up like annulling the marriage, and, I don't know if he's sober or not. We both kind of laughed about it. Like, and I just like wished him the best of luck and was like, okay, we just learned from this. But man, it was like there's so much humility and humiliation that came with that. And, that's where my thinking will lead me, and just into these, crazy, erratic, like I will talk myself in or out of anything. And I have this incredible ability to, paint this picture that is not what it is. And like, that's why they say like alcoholism is a disease of perception. Like I got sober, and before I came into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, I would look over my balcony and I would watch the San Clemente train come through. And I was like, dude, I could just jump in front and have this be done. Like it would be so easy to just handle it. And I had 2 dogs that were my whole life, and I couldn't bear to leave them. And then I got sober, and I would look out that same balcony and I looked at the ocean, and I would just be like, I live in paradise, and like not see the train, right? But like just have this change of perception. Like some people say, oh God, I have to change everything. It's like, you do, but internally, right?
Yeah.
I was really good at changing the outside, but for the very first time, I was working on changing the inside. And I didn't change jobs. I didn't change apartments. Like I still drove the same car. I still, my life for the most part looked very, familiar. It was just like I had to inwardly reorganize.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I actually say, because they say, you go to rehabs always tell you only have to change one thing, and that's everything.
Right.
But the truth is, we actually only have to change one thing, and everything changes. If we change our perception, but the only way you can change your perception is by doing that internal work.
Yeah.
You have to know what's wrong with you. You have to know what your thinking patterns have always been.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to even think differently.
Totally. Yeah.
So truly what we have to do is change our perception.
Yeah.
And everything else in our lives change.
Yeah.
It's just like you explained it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking off your balcony.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even see the ocean when you were drinking.
Right.
You saw the train.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You were already living in paradise.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you saw the train, because you could have been in Santa Ana
Right.
at that train station.
Right. I might as well have been.
Might as well have been.
Yeah. 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 So, I mean, AA has helped me to, people talk about, when people first came into the rooms, they were like, oh, I'm a grateful addict and alcoholic. I was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
That will never be me. I was like, but I truly am grateful. Like I believe we all have something. I believe we all have a daily fight. I'm thankful this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen other people, especially now that, we have a mental health house.
Yeah.
And I see some of the disorders that people have. And like, alcoholism is a mental illness, right? And, I have a prescription now. It's like clean house, trust God, and help others.
Yeah.
And thank God it's that. Like, there are people that, have far worse ailments. And this is the thing that has brought me to God. This is the thing that has brought me connection, community, a relationship with myself. The relationship I have with my family is far greater. And because I didn't know who I was, I was just a shell of a human. And now, through like showing up every single day, calling my family. My dad and I have a standing call. We talk every Sunday. We never had that. Like, not even when I was married, in college did I, have a conversation with my dad like that. Like now we have I have tools, and I grew up in AA, and I'm 41. But I still feel like I'm growing up. November will be my 10-year anniversary,
Wow.
which is mind blowing.
November what?
November 1.
Nice.
1st. Yeah. What are you?
I celebrated 12 years in March.
Wild.
It is wild.
Do you remember when we were like drinking and using? It was like, what time is it? And the days just drug by. And then you would wake up and you're like, oh, another day. Now it's like, oh my gosh, how has it been almost 10 years?
No,
like,
totally.
What? Like,
I remember thinking that I would never get, because I went out after I had 3 years.
mm-hmm.
And I thought like, oh, I fucked myself. I'm never going to get 3 years again.
Yeah.
I thought that was like so far away. And now I'm sitting at 12 going on 13, which is like, huh?
Unbelievable.
And then talking about the one thing I hated talking about and pretended that I didn't have.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
God, you funny.
I know. And using it to help other people.
Yeah.
Right.
And now I talk about it all day. It's the one thing that I think for sure, hands down, that I'm the most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Because the I think the fallacy that we have too is whether it's going into treatment or not going into treatment or getting sober for the first time, thinking that we have a grasp and can graduate this thing.
Yeah.
And we can be cured of it. And we can, like, no, that's not the case. It's like we have a solution, but it's one that we have to work at every single day, or else we will be just as miserable and just without the substance. And that is no place to be either.
Right. I've been dry
Me too.
before, and it's like
horrible. I'm
what?
horrible.
I'm just saying.
I want to still slip
my
my
friends
wrist.
are like, go have a drink.
Yeah,
like
totally.
seriously, do us all a favor. Either get to a meeting, start working some steps, or go have a drink. Because
I mean, it's really fucked up because then you can like at least say, well, I might have made these poor decisions or acted fucking terrible because I was drinking and using.
Yeah.
Where if you're dry, it's like, I'm just a shitty person.
Yeah.
And that's no place to live.
Yeah. I know.
So it's like, you know what? Fuck it. This is my medicine, so I have to do it every single day. Do I love doing it every day? Even sitting at 12 years, sometimes I'm like, ugh. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. It's just like working out.
Totally.
You know? People are like, I'm like, so what, you have a 6-pack now and you stop going to the gym?
Right.
Like, at what point does that thinking work for you? Like, it worked so well that you're just going to stop going?
Yeah.
Like, most of us get excited. Like, the more fit that we get, we're like, I love going to the gym. That's kind of how AA is for me, but it's also like, most of the days do not want to work out. Most days I am like,
especially now.
It's
Majority
it's
of
work.
the days.
Yeah, it's work.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, we don't just because we don't want to doesn't mean that we don't do it. Like, that's what an adult is.
Totally.
90% of my life is doing things I don't want to do.
Totally. That's literally it. That's the
I would
the
just
thing.
do nothing.
Me too.
Nothing. Whatever I
would
wanted.
Sit in my bed, watch all the shows,
Watch
I've said it before.
TVs.
Eat whatever
I
and
wanted.
be rich as fuck.
Yeah.
And be rich as fuck.
And then shop all day online.
And then go on a yacht every once in a while.
Totally.
Yeah,
Have
that's
something.
what I would do.
Yeah.
Can you
maybe
get Amazon? Can you
but
get Amazon delivered on a yacht?
Yeah.
You can Amazon deliver wherever you are.
Probably have drones that drop.
But seriously,
Yeah.
I bet you they do
It's wild.
for the rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
dope.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'll be out there ordering up some Amazon because you gotta get whatever you run out of.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then you have that. I think that would last like a week. And then you maybe not even
No,
that
for
long.
sure, because you have to be able, like, God created us to serve.
Totally.
So it's like whether you're an alcoholic or an addict, people do. It's just part of the thing. That's why we're really blessed that we found the recovery rooms of NA, CA, AA, whatever. It's all the same. It leads you to the same path, and that's finding Him, seeking Him, and then also giving it back to somebody else.
Yeah.
And being of service, and that's what really fulfills that void.
Yeah.
And when you're not doing that, you are still going to miss something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that is for sure. I can stand behind just because I've experienced it myself and have encountered other people with the same kind of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And once you are able to kind of find that little nugget, everything will be all right.
Yeah. I talked to so many people. They're like, I tried the 12 steps. I was like,
Did you though?
yeah, exactly. So what you're saying is that, I did the 12 steps. Oh, okay. So you took someone through all 12 steps.
Totally.
Don't talk to me until you have
I
completed
love when someone tries to come and say
Yeah,
that to me
same.
because I've not encountered one person that has thoroughly gone through like what is suggested of the 12 steps or any type of step work program.
Yeah.
How it's laid out for
Yeah.
us, and then tried to also then give
Carry
it
the
away
message, right?
and like lead someone else through
Yeah.
the steps, and then not have somewhat of a better outcome.
Exactly.
Not one.
Exactly.
And I've been around the room since I was 23.
Yeah.
So it's like
it
I'm
says
waiting.
it right there in the Alcoholics Anonymous book.
Right.
Rarely, it used
They
to
wanted
say
to say never.
it used
Yeah.
to say never. I
Yeah.
believe, didn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think it never said never.
Are you sure?
I'm
'Cause
pretty sure.
it is never.
It is never.
Never have we seen
It is
a
never.
person. What did I say? Why are you
Rarely
guys-
have we seen a person
fail?
fail
Fail.
who
Who
has
has
thoroughly followed our
path.
path.
Yes.
It should be never.
I thought it said never in the original.
And I thought it said never in the original too. And
might have.
They changed it, but it said those that do fail. Some people actually have a capacity to not be honest.
Yeah.
There are some
Yes.
people in this world, and that's also ends up being a mental disorder.
Yeah.
So even people with mental disorders can.
I know.
They
recover.
can. We see it. You know,
It happens all the time. Miracles happen.
I know.
I mean, you've seen people like walk who couldn't.
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
Yeah. I think we're miracles.
100%.
We should be dead, drunk, high, or in jail right now.
It's
you know?
true.
We're here
All
like
of them.
living this incredible life in paradise, sitting, doing like this is service work, helping people. Like
Yeah.
this is a lot. I'm so glad I didn't get what I wanted because I would have sold myself so
we say-
short.
Short.
Wait, or get what we deserve.
I'm
Oh.
grateful I didn't get what I deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
say
know?
that. I say that sometime. A couple people like argue with me about that. Matt argues with me about it. He said you deserve everything you're getting right now.
I know
No.
Matt does do that.
Which I don't disagree with. It's just what I'm saying. I'm grateful
get
that
what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
get
I do
what
too.
I
I do too.
deserved
Yeah.
all the way up to that point, because
Mhm.
at that point I should have been locked up forever, or I should have been dead,
Yeah.
or many other things.
Yeah.
And now, because of sobriety and the work that we continue to
Mhm.
doing and the goodness that we spread, we do deserve what we have and what I have. And it's not, I don't want people to think it's things, because
No.
what I have is I have some peace inside of me that I never, ever experienced before.
I like who I am.
Like,
I can look in the mirror and be like, dude,
Right.
I love
I'm
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Like I can say that all three of us, we wake up in the morning and we're okay in our skin.
Mhm.
Not always perfect.
No, and
Yeah.
that's not the saying that all three of us won't have our days of like nitpicking ourselves,
Sure.
of course, because it's like we have body dysmorphia as crazy.
Yeah.
All the little things
time.
those are the things that we can actually kind
Yeah.
of like nitpick within ourselves, and like those like annoying insecurities that still lay within each of us.
Mm-hmm.
However, that doesn't take away the fact that like going to bed at night and laying my head on a pillow is way different than it was 20 years ago. You know, I hated the person that I was
Yeah.
because I could not stand being inside myself.
Totally.
Where I'm alone all the time.
Yeah.
I'm good alone.
Right. Same. I
Like,
love being alone.
Me too. And like I never wanted to be alone. If
Yeah.
I was alone, it's because I'm getting high.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm okay.
Didn't want to share.
And then right.
Yeah.
And like those types of things where it's like, dude, that's the ticket. That's what I think all of us that pick up or use are searching for, is to be okay within ourselves, because we were never okay within ourselves.
Yeah.
Even from like early, everyone's story is a little bit different, but a lot of us were like out the womb a little fucking
Yeah,
like
when you
odd.
said that, it's like I can relate to that. When I came out of the womb sensitive and feeling different,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
I couldn't relate.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, let me go back in there. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I didn't get fully
Maybe
baked.
somehow,
Like,
yeah.
I know
something-
I didn't get fully baked. I was a preemie baby, so
Were you
I was
really?
doing my parents' shit like the moment.
How early?
I was supposed to be born in October, so I'm September 19th. So I think I was
Okay.
like 4 weeks,
Okay. Wow.
and then I went into the baby.
I see. NICU.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because I was just a mess, and then so I had my parents worried that I wasn't gonna make it and
Oh.
all the things, but
Then you just came out to be a drug addict.
and then I came. Yeah, not only that, but me and all my brothers too. And my parents
Oh,
are the
really?
shit. They're the best. They're my heroes.
Yeah.
They're everything
I
to
remember
me.
you talking
They're
about
like they're everything.
Yeah.
They're still together. So I feel bad even to this day that we put them through so much,
Yeah.
because they really did all the things that.
Why not them though?
It's true,
Because you're
though.
saying why them? Why not them?
Yeah.
They were able to. They were able to.
I
Handle
never
the
said
four
why
of-
not them though.
They're able
Oh.
to handle the four of you.
That's because they're gangster as
Wait,
fuck.
all four of you
Mhm.
are, and are you the only one that's sober?
No, I got sober because of my oldest brother.
Okay, so you two,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other two are still.
Well, the other one needs help for sure.
Yeah.
He can come to NEM recovery centers or Hope by the Sea, or you
Uh-huh.
know, or your facility, because
Yeah.
actually I broke it down. I said that to him. I was like, dude, one of my brother. I feel so bad, but I love you if you're listening to this. And but I'm like, dude, this is the disease is so wild, and I know that you've experienced it for sure firsthand. Like, and you probably have too. People that are so close to us, and now God has put me in a position where I can actually help like a family member,
Mm-hmm.
and they still are like, nah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to. We can scholarship you, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
here's the like keys to the kingdom, and you still are like, I'm good. Are you?
I've put tons of family members through Hope by the Sea.
Oh wait, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna. Somebody was like, no, you can't have them go through your like treatment facility, because it would be like They couldn't tell the truth.
Nepotism. Oh,
Like, be worried that people wouldn't hear, like,
yeah.
family dirt, you know? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'm like, go watch season 1 of Total Divas. Pretty much all.
Yeah, all right.
I don't really care if
Right?
people hear my family dirt.
Me neither.
I'm out of fuck it. We ain't perfect.
Well, and also, too, that's another thing. And that's why I love the program as well. It's like, one, it doesn't discriminate. So I don't care who you are. We're all the same.
Yep.
Or where you were raised, how you were raised, what you got, what you don't have, what religion you're from, or whatever it is that you have. But also, no human can judge me.
Yeah.
Yes, they can, but it's none of my business.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Where, like, before, I cared so much what people thought. I wanted everyone to love me, or I wanted to be a part of everything. It didn't matter what it was, but I wanted to be a part of it, you know? So it's like, that's what's so great too. It teaches you that, like, and also within myself, to not judge other people, because that's sometimes, you know, you want to judge other people.
I'm a judging motherfucker, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I said I got a lot of work to do on that. I do want to ask you before we get to the end, what made you want to start a treatment center?
Yeah. You know, I don't think I knew the vehicle would be a treatment center. I just loved working with addicts and alcoholics. And then I also had like a background in business. And thankfully, I had a really good mentor that was like, you want to, because I was like, maybe sober living. I didn't know about the business model, you know? And then I wanted to like be able to marry, you know, profit and purpose.
Sure.
And there's lots of ways you could do that. There's far more lucrative ways than others.
Yeah.
And so that's where, I mean, good mentorship comes in. But really, I was so tired of working in corporate America. And I just started to feel like every day I would wake up like, this again, you know, like how you feel. And it's so foreign to me to even think, to like remember that, because I wake up every day and I'm like, this again, you know, like, is this really my life? Like, this is insane. But I knew that I was being called. And I think that we all have that thing.
Sure.
And who knows how long this will last. And if this is my, you know, like forever thing, I just feel so in alignment. And I love that I live this and that I'm no different than, you know, and that I can like hire my clients to be staff after they get 6 months of sobriety. It's so dope. It's like it's one of the coolest things ever.
It really is. I agree.
And to see them at day 0, and now like they come in and do panels and see them sponsoring. And, you know, I love like one of my I stepped down actually as CEO this year to 2025 because I am really wanted to be more involved in just like client care, not so much operations. And so I spend a lot of time taking my clients to the horse stables. That's a huge thing for me. I work with a foundation that has rescue or abandoned race horses. And we take our clients down there and they're terrified and they like don't understand, like they think this is so stupid. And I just explain to them, you know, horses they're like sharks. They have an incredible way to feel energy. They can feel your heartbeat within 100 yards. And then when you're standing next to a horse, your heartbeat is in sync with theirs. And if they feel like your heart is beating too fast, they lower theirs. Like it's an energetic Xanax. And they're like, wait, what? Okay, now let's get in the van, you know?
Yeah.
And I just, animals and addicts have always been like, I love animals. I will, you know, animal rescue is a huge passion of mine. But I think when you compare the two together and you're like, this horse was really broken and thrown away at one time too. And the woman who owns the rescue gave this horse a second chance. And now he has a job every single day and he has a purpose. And he's, you know, has structure and safety. And, you know, he's living in his purpose. And it's like people can relate to that message, right? And sometimes that's all you have to do is break it down that easy. And they're like, wait, someone would throw this horse away? He's gorgeous. And I'm like, this is you. This is your intake picture, you know? Like, you're gorgeous. You're beautiful. Like God made you for something so much bigger than this.
Mm-hmm.
And, just follow us. Let us show you a better way of life. And I promise you, like, you're going to be able to, look like this beautiful racehorse one day.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that.
yeah.
That's amazing.
That's super dope.
And you're right down the street from
I
us.
know. Yeah.
We're going to have
Yeah.
to take a field trip.
You should.
Yeah.
It's so, I have a horse boyfriend. His name is Cuvée. And he's there every single day, and he's so tall and so handsome. And I just go in his stall. He's heard about all my breakups, but he's the best listener ever.
Horses are crazy. Like, they can
Now,
sense...
is she talking about a horse or?
Yeah,
I am.
At first, it's funny.
As I
At
fucking
first,
was like,
I thought
was
horse,
like-
and then I went like,
Yeah.
oh wait,
No, he's
and then it
tall,
went back.
And I thought
handsome.
she,
I know.
I literally thought she had a dude down at
Me
the
too.
horse
No,
stable.
no,
that she
no,
just
no,
not like a real dude, but like a crush dude that she.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's a horse.
It is a horse. His name is Cuvée.
but
Beautiful.
horses are so in tune with humans that I didn't know this about them either. Where like, if a horse is, say you're totally like just stressed out and not even in the right like mind frame, whatever, a horse will stay away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they need you to be calm and chill.
Yeah.
And then they'll let you be right next to them and like
Mm-hmm.
pet them and be cool. If not, they're all of a sudden, you know who talks about it because she's like huge into animal rescue as well as Whitney Cummings, the
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
I was watching one of her reels and she was like breaking it down because she's like huge with
Yeah.
horses and everything. That she likes to go out there with the horse because it will sense if
It's
she's
like a
on
mirror.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They'll walk away from you.
Right, right.
She's like, oh damn. Then she has to like look at herself like, what's really going on?
She's fucking crazy
She is.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I love her though.
Me
She's
too.
great.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love the crazy
I mean, she's in
ones.
recovery too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Well, Kat.
You're the bomb, Cat.
You guys.
This
are
was actually a really good podcast, and I love the way it went because I know other stuff about your story too.
Yeah, me too.
And I really like the way we broke this one
Yeah.
down.
way better than the first one we did 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I'm just gonna say it's because I wasn't here.
Yeah. Yep.
Hundo.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's for sure. That's
That's
why.
what. That's why, right?
Yeah.
Before we end, because Emily does a really good job with our little sheets and everything, and I love her questions lately. Is what is one piece of advice that you wish you could give your younger self at the beginning of your journey, or somebody listening that is at the beginning of theirs?
Like I said, I don't think there's anything I could have said to me that would change my thinking, because I was going to do what I was going to do. Right. But I would have said it is going to turn out better than you could imagine. Just stay the course, and that you are loved and you are beautiful, and every single thing that you're going through, God is going to use.
I love
Yeah, that's good.
I love that.
That's like really
My
good.
dad's phrase to me is stay the course.
Yeah.
Always been since I was a kid.
Really.
And it's funny because now it's like, Dad, you're so
I mean,
smart.
you really actually have to stay the course when you work this business, because it's ever changing. And for me, for the last 23 years, it's been this course of navigating.
Yeah.
And like,
Pivot.
I don't have any, there is no other purpose in my life other than to help the people that are out there that are
Totally.
still suffering.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And nor do I have the passion for anything
know.
Yeah,
else.
you don't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
You're exactly
Well,
where
we
you're
are. It
supposed to be.
says we are uniquely
Qualified.
qualified.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're uniquely qualified to go into that fire
Mm-hmm.
And pull them
and pull
all of them out.
people out, because like not all of them want to come,
No.
Mm-hmm.
but when they're ready, they got
Yeah.
they oftentimes have their hand up before they even really realize that
Yeah.
they're ready.
Yeah.
We can spot that too, that readiness, that pain,
Yeah.
because like when they're in that pain. The one thing I really love about the Narcotics Anonymous book, it says it in there twice. It says it a little bit different both times, but it is literally my favorite phrase, and it's when the pain of remaining the same outweighs the fear of change.
Yeah.
That's when we change. And it says that's when we change. The other way it says it in the book, same NA basic text, when the pain of remaining the same outweighs the fear of change. we will surely let go.
Mm.
We will let go of that pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you, this is a super quick story. There's, I heard a speaker share this about how he had got himself in this, just basically dug the hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the hole of addiction, you know, debt, all the problems started to pile up, couldn't get himself out. And he, you know, gave this analogy of like, well, I was in this hole and this therapist walks by and says, hey, like, what are you doing down there? And he's like, I mean, can you help me out? And the therapist is like, well, here, and threw him down a notepad and was like, write down all your feelings. He's like, how is that going to get me out of this hole? And the therapist walks away. And then this, you know, super rich guy walks by in this like $10,000 suit. Is like, here's some money, like, you know, call a cab or figure it out. And he's like, that's not, how is your money going to help me? And then, you know, an alcoholic walks by and jumps in the hole with him. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I know the way out, and, you know, helps him out. It's like, that's what we do for each other.
Yeah.
Is like, we jump in the hole.
Yeah.
And we, like, if you ever need any help, you want to ask the person who has gone where you want to go. And, you know, we do know the way out. Like, and oddly enough, the way that we keep this thing is that we have to keep jumping in the hole with people, right?
I know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of the coolest, most rewarding things ever.
It really is.
Yeah.
I had my call with my sponsor yesterday, and then we'll finish because I have to pee too. But she literally was like, cool, you need a girl. So I got to jump in the hole. And I'm like, I don't want to jump in the hole. But I always do. And I always feel the best when I do. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. It is like all the cliches that I used to bitch and complain about, they're real.
Right.
It's a simple program.
Right. There's
you know?
a reason
it's
why
like,
they're
fuck,
there.
Keep it simple, stupid. Like,
I
don't
just
let
wrote
God.
I just wrote down, I know the way out, because I was trying to at
What?
noon. I know the way out of the hole. I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to make a reel later, and I'm going to use that phrase in my reel.
You better give credit.
You better give
credit.
Yeah.
I'll have to tag you in the
Listen,
bottom.
Natalie, last time they didn't even show my face. The whole podcast deleted. So I'll be happy if we can at least get this one out.
Oh, this one's coming
I
out.
know.
Shots fired.
I don't know what happened. I honest to God.
It
don't
doesn't
know.
matter
It
because
literally
I'm
doesn't.
so it doesn't because this one's way better.
Yeah, it was.
And
way
we had Michelangelo and
Didn't have me.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
just gonna
another
bring it
person.
back
And
to
the
me.
whole time. Oh no, wait, that was a different thing. Okay, sorry. What is that we do the live?
Oh, recover.
that you did.
Oh.
That you
That
did.
was
That
cool.
was dope. Were
Kat
you
was the first time. That's how I met Kat, because she actually spoke the first time I came out here as a
Oh
guest.
yeah.
Was the first in-person.
Yeah,
recover
so
out.
you actually
Yeah.
met her before she even was anything.
I
to
remember
me.
that.
Yeah.
I remember that. And
I was just a
we gave a
guest.
bicycle away.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah.
That was the first time
That
that
was
I just.
such a cool, and I
It
got
was
to
cool.
hear your story. That was dope.
You should come to the Recover Out if you're available on
September
September 19th.
It's my
going to
birthday.
be her
Is
birthday.
it?
It's her actual
Just belly
belly
button.
button
That's
birthday.
okay.
I turned
So
41.
we're doing a big Recover Out Loud event.
Put it in your calendar
I'm
right
doing
now,
it.
Kat.
I'm doing it. Where is it?
It'll be
Here.
here in the gym.
Okay, and then you guys put Mexico in your calendar for Friday.
Friday. You Kat, text me. Let me know these things before like 48 hours.
Yeah.
I know.
I have to get permission.
I know. You
Wait,
guys,
what are you doing in Mexico?
it's my best friend Christine's birthday.
Oh, so it's like a party.
there's 5 of us
Oh,
going.
you'd never go.
I know.
I could go though.
Why would you never go?
He couldn't. Are you kidding? He's married. His wife. Have you seen his wife?
No.
She'll kill everybody. She'll kill all of those 5.
Really? Maybe I have seen her. Okay, where is the Recover Out Loud event?
Here.
Oh, here.
I feel like she would let me go if you were going.
Why don't you guys?
Why wouldn't it? No, your wife would then come.
Well,
That'd
she
be
could
weird.
come. She'd be.
I would never let my husband go on a fucking bar, like whatever, 5.
with you or like
No,
with a chick?
no, if my husband came to me and was like, "Hey, is it cool? I'm gonna go with let's go. I'm gonna just use Emily. 'Cause she's
Yeah.
right here. I'm gonna go with Emily from work with
Uh-huh.
all 5 of her girlfriends.
Right.
Cool? No,
No, there's
dude.
another
Are you
dude.
drunk?
There's other dudes coming.
Trevor.
Trevor's coming.
Yeah,
But
and then
Trevor's
our
like-
friend Andrew.
Trevor's like a younger version of me. He actually looks very similar to me when I was in my 30s.
Really?
Wait, but
Very
this is like just a
similar.
funsies
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
no.
we go-
There's like
my husband would
horses.
never in a million.
Horses and ATVs.
we
and-
have a whole system. First of all, when you cross into Tijuana, it is like you can just do
I mean,
whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, you lose service. You're like, oh my gosh, it's
It
like, I
actually
don't
is
even
nice.
exist.
It's
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll
about
plan it.
Trips like that, I could go. Trips like that, no. Sorry, bro.
You're
I'm-
telling me. You're telling me no, but like my wife will.
you guys-
I would
I'm
just
saying-
ask her.
Yeah, of course.
I would
saying,
say.
I'm just
I would
saying-
also invite her. I would
I'm-
say, "Do
yeah.
you want to go?" And if she said no, and then
Would she be down to drive to Tijuana?
probably not.
Nah.
I'm just
my
gonna
wife-
say this.
My wife's pretty bougie.
I'm
I think.
gonna answer for Donna.
I mean, you're pretty bougie.
And
I
so
know.
that's gonna be
we
a
are.
no.
I'm kind of. Wait.
That
what?
she'll go to Mexico and ride horses.
No, Donna would do that.
Why
But
are
I'm-
you saying that she'll?
I'm saying no to you.
Why are you being weird? Like
I mean,
answering for Donna.
I'm doing a solid. I would think that she would say no. Absolutely. Thank
Yeah.
you. See,
We should call Donna and ask her.
Donna would roll though if I went.
Maybe. Depends on where we're staying.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Oh,
Like-
are you guys like camping and shit?
No.
Oh, I'm
Dear
like, I
Lord.
count me out.
I know, me too. But we're even like edging on where I might have to start, you know, because we stay
Start
at
what? Camping?
No.
Oh.
No, like making my own arrangement.
Oh, I see what
Because
you're saying.
they
Got
are
it.
like, you know, still kind of have the college mentality. of,
Sure.
like, let's all,
Yes.
you know, be-
Correct.
and it's like, I don't even roommate. Like, I don't,
Right.
I don't do that
Yeah.
ever. But we've been doing this for years.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
it's like,
That'll
all right,
fun.
it's
Good for you
it's a fun
guys.
thing. Yeah. And like, you can surf out there, which I don't really love to surf, but there's like dolphins literally right there on the shore.
See, I mean, I can almost already tell you this part is a no for me. I'm pretty fucking.
I'm scared of the ocean.
I'm a bougie ass
I
motherfucker
know,
too these
I know,
days.
yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty
you know,
bougie now too, huh?
yeah.
Well, it's
I mean-
convenience. It's like,
I mean, we
have-
stayed
think
at
I
some
am
pretty
too.
fucking fucked up places when we went to Daytona 500.
But we were all together.
But
like we, were all in
but we all
different
had
rooms.
our own. But my wife was like, we got the most jacked up room.
Okay.
I
People
mean,
were
it
doing
was
like
nasty.
drugs in the lobby.
Oh, there was hookers all over the hotel.
Yeah.
We were, but it was like the Daytona 500, and then we got stuck there an extra
Oh yeah.
day. Why did we get stuck?
Because of the hurricane or something was going on with the weather. Remember, it got rained out. Right?
Yeah, and then we stayed an extra day.
That shit was crazy. But we were all together and it was great.
That's all that matters.
It was. I mean,
Yeah.
it was fine.
Yeah.
But
Emily, did you enjoy were you cool with your room? No.
Was it dirty or was it
It was
Yeah.
dirty.
I couldn't do dirty.
And there was like
yeah, it
hookers.
was pretty.
And it's
and
like
not like
those, it's
and not
like,
like I'm not talking like escorts. I'm talking like $20 hookers.
how do you know how
now
much
this is
they
like-
were?
We need to
I can tell.
We need to put. What is it? The aftermath on the episode? Like the podcast is done.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, could we
Or
end it like way before this shit happened and then
But
do
you can do a
like
a break of like, okay, now them just bullshitting.
yeah.
I don't know what we call it. I don't know. But anyways, Kat,
This
I love
is
you.
this
love
is
you.
good shit though. I love this kind of
I
stuff.
know, me too.
All right, bye.
Bye.